composure and strong mental. But I have to see, man. Arsenal really missed out on Cabal. They're not serious. I mean, who said we was there for him? Right off top four now, or take the 75 million gamble, because we're not getting top four with 2 goal lacquer and no Eddie. And this is the thing, he shouldn't have never been in this position, like never in this position. It's a big shame about Aubameyang. I liked him as well, but I like my football club more, bro. Like, let's move towards 300. Are the proven players a problem or the inexperienced manager? Probably a bit of both. You know, it's not just Arsenal's success or failure is not just hinging on one particular case. Multiple routes, multiple things can live in one realm. I think the experienced players are bottling it at this football club, and I think there is some good with Arteta, but there's some, youthful naiveties he's displaying as a gaffer. It's never just one reason. I'm not here for the Kroenkes, but I can't say we're here where we are today just because of the Kroenkes. They've played a massive part. They're the owners of the club, and there's been a consistency, but they're not the only reason. I can't say everything we're at this moment in time since Arteta's came in is all on Arteta. He's played a part, good and bad. I know people live in a gender world, but yeah, man, you talk a lot of sense. Careful, you're either, you're not so deluded or you are deluded. I'd rather get a pound for both times because, opinions are opinions. They're subjective, man. I don't know why man are talking like Isaac is done. I hope we see something, man. And again, man, assuming we're the only club in London. Like I said yesterday, bro, Palace and them man are there as well as West Ham and the Spuds. So I hope it's for us, but I don't know, man. I hear that, but does that mean we shouldn't aim to be back in the Champions League? Why not go for us, man? I mean, depending on what day it was, we was allegedly doing that, but isn't the thing. And to be fair, he's cheaper. But again, Isaac has a release clause, so their hands are kind of tied. I don't reckon we'll pay the release clause because there's no. I shout my guy H, man. Appreciate you, Aaron. I mean, I don't know, man. Desperation makes you do things, innit? Because if we look around, what it looks like, the Jonathan David thing, someone who looked like they're angling for a move. Maybe they're sitting on their hands to the summer. Vlahovic thing didn't bang. What else is there? Isaac, you activate his release clause or make them an unbelievably good offer and you do it quickly, or that's a myth. What other strikers are there? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Everton are fighting relegation. Are they going to let him go at this moment in time? Villa, Gerrard's just got in the door. He's trying to do his thing. There was talk he wanted to bring a striker in. Is he going to let a striker go? Like, it's mad. I do personally think, if you wanted to, I think Basuma could leave if you put down money for him. I think Douglas Luiz could leave if you put down money. They're contracted until 2023. But I don't think we're doing that. And even with Basuma, I'd love him because we need another number 6. But my biggest regret is like from Partey season when he came in, from last season, and now that number 8, man. I know we need a 6 as well, 2 centre mids, but that 8, Isaac is gonna. Even if Isaac signed tomorrow, you would see a better my man if there was a number 8. Why? Because Odegaard can stay further up the field, Smith Rowe can stay further up the field. The fullbacks can gamble a bit. I don't know, man. As it's self-sustaining model, it is technically your money. I mean, I ain't got millions. When last, I buy shirts and things indirectly. It's a bit like taxpayers' money. Indirectly, it's my money, but it's not. I definitely ain't contributed no 70 million. And that's assuming every penny Arsenal gets just comes from fans, where obviously, that's not true. I mean, you have to pay for all good players. No one wants to let good players bust out. No one wants to sell good players, especially at this time of the season. We knew what time it was. Ever since I started watching your channel, my views and opinions on football in general has matured. So thank you for that. So Brian, you done that yourself, man. Appreciative for your support on the channel, though. You long watch Everton and Sevilla now. What has my man Van der Beek made that move? I mean, United couldn't even help us out. But Ferguson and Wenger used to be boys. You couldn't just bring us Van der Beek. Man said at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we bought Soldado. Allow me, man. My heart can't take that, man. Would have loved Donny on loan, but guess that was never happening with United aiming for the same spot. Is it? They'll be stupid. They're not even trying to give Lingard to West Ham, and that's rightly so. But Xhaka let the team down more than Aubameyang. Why is he still there? Even Wenger said that the man can't tackle. I mean, how do you define letting them down? Of course, if we look at what I think you mean, then yeah, he's cost us more points. But in terms of even when he's talked, I don't think you've ever had to doubt Xhaka's integrity for the cause, for the club, for his teammates. I'm not saying you have to doubt Aubameyang's because I don't, but you've never heard Xhaka's commitment around his teammates being questioned. So that's maybe why the problem's there. You know, it's almost like Xhaka's got a problem with the fans. He hasn't got a problem with Arteta. Aubameyang's got a problem with Arteta. That's a completely different one. With the price tag comes expectation and pressure from within the club and fan base. 70 million was also paid for Pepe. No, 70 million in terms of total outlay, which Pepe probably is not going to hit. And you're right. The club has to do their due diligence. And we've already mashed up our rep. DG for Sporting Direct. I don't know if I'm cut out for that. When does Aubameyang's contract expire? Next year? Burnley are increasing their diversity quota. Still hope they go down though. Hey DG, as much as I want a midfielder, I don't think the club will go for one as we only have one game a week. I agree with you. I think they're gonna say, you know what, Xhaka Partey, you might not like new signings. Again, El Nene could be out of Africa Cup of Nations today and he's going to Dubai. You know, when we play Wolves, it's a completely different outlook. So they might say, loud. All right, listen, I don't trust or not trust anything, Eros, man. I trust as far as I can see. You know, when I'm seeing good things, I'll praise it. When I'm seeing, booky things, I'll talk about it. Rise up the likes. Appreciative to everyone who's here. What do you make of Lampard's appointment? Is it confirmed at Everton? Hope he does well because I like Everton as a club, but I just think Lampard, apologies, he's every job he's got, he's not deserved it. Like, the game's the game, a benefit of privilege and his uncle's contacts and stuff. But you got the Derby job off nothing, rewarded with failure there by going to Chelsea. Fair enough, you bust the young players when you had no choice. And then the minute you couldn't, you didn't do that. You know, fair enough. It's a good role. When I see man like Gerrard staying, I'm not ready. I'm going here. I'm doing this. When I see Rooney, maybe it's the ownership at Everton, but Everton as they come, as much as he, when you think of Rooney, you think of United. He's like, nah, man, I'm going to chill off for a second. If I'm the Derby manager, I'm not going to lie to you. You couldn't pay me to, you out of there really and truly. Rooney's chosen to stay at a club where he is saying, I'm calling the president and the owner. He's not answering my phone, but I'm getting the physio's phone and calling him, and he is. Would you want to deal with that nonsense? So I hope Lampard can do a thing. It's Lampard, isn't it? Lampard as a player, I'd want to play for him, brother. It's Lampard, isn't it? But yeah, man, I don't know for that one. 56. The only issue with forking out 70 million on one striker is that we buy more than one for the same price. Strikers aren't the only issue. At the same time, I hear that, but it is what it is, really. Chelsea spent 90 on Lukaku, and it looks like they're ready to done that off. You have to take the risk, and I do think with the longevity that can provide you, if you can get things right, you can get a tune out of it. It is what it is. Is it overpaying? Of course, but boy, why are we in Dubai? Warm weather training. Oh, Shaka's not the guy, but yeah, I'm just saying. Lampard got the pool, doing his thing. No, I don't have an opinion on that, my guy. Man said Origi's available. Allow me, man. We don't. To be fair, Origi somehow will be in a cup final and he'll score. We don't need men that are going to score 2 goals. We got Lacazette for that, man. That'll be a bad boy signing for Burnley. But if I'm Origi, I'm just trying to pattern a loan, or if I'm going there has to be a serious get out clause. As an Evertonian, I have to say rather Lampard than Vito Pereira. Yeah, I hear that. Your fans were very vocal. I can't lie. His interview was gold, though. I mean, for Van der Beek, the first thing is that man has a platform to try kick ball again. And, you got to remember in your job, just about being happy. It can't be nice going to, obviously it's Man United. Respectfully, you know, I'm an Arsenal fan, but it must be an absolute dream. You know, there's been mad legends. You're playing for Man, you're a professional footballer, playing for Man United. You know, that's a privilege. But at the same time, if we strip it all the way back and you think about going to work where your boss might not trust you, you know, trust being playing football. You're not trusted. It can't be nice. It must fuck with your confidence. And respectfully to Van der Beek, he looks like a soft youth already. So it's just going to make it worse. According to the Gazette, Milan are looking at Jonathan David and Isaac as possible replacements for Zlatan Ibrahimovic next summer. I can't lie, I'm even preying the Arsenal, you know, the accounts, them that run the news and that, and the rumors. Wait, I'm not seeing nothing. So I'm just, you know what? I'm just trying to take this silence as something's happening in it. But yeah, man. Adnan Januzaj, make it happen, man. I hope something's happening. Obviously, you got to remember, we can be in Dubai, but Edu is staying back. So hopefully that's to deal with transfers, which could be lit, man. Shout out to Luis Diaz. He signed for Liverpool. That's a serious signing, boy. The graphics are lit. You know me, South American bias. Obviously, I just ask that you don't follow your friends, Jota, Firmino, Mane, Salah. Can you just 2 games for the rest of your career at Liverpool, just 2 games a season, can you just take off? Fair play, man. Commiserations for Vieira, though, man. Lampard's just come in and, yeah, it's an Everton thing. Boy. Fair enough. Apparently, I don't know who Elliot Richardson is, but I'm pretty sure no big signing in Jan for Arsenal. Isaac on the radar for the summer. Chance of a deal for the summer. Now, I mean, boy, maybe they're patterning Telemans and who knows? Isaac could have been patterning a signing here, you know, but it might not be for Jan. Boy, so yeah, hopefully, but like I said, I ain't got the heart for any of this anymore, man. And at least Spurs fans can be optimistic about Kulusevski and that. Now we just have to hope everyone signing doesn't bang for agenda purposes. But if no one arrives, I've got no thingy, man. I've got no thing. I've got no. What's the word? What's the word, man? Sympathy, because we're standing in the rain and asking why we're wet. Disgusting, man. I can't. I need to take a social media break, man. You can't get away with that. You can't get away from this, man. And again, it's a privilege to say that Van der Beek's advisors finessing him, but go on. I don't know, man. Go research that. I don't know, man. Appreciate that. Edu is our liability only. God knows where we would be with a team with the signings he wanted to get. Love the channel, bro. Hopefully Arsenal can do some business. Eros, I appreciate that. And boy, the second part of that sentence, hopefully, I'm with you, brother. I mean, it is real in terms of Isaac was in London, but you know, if you lot want to draw other conclusions, it's up to you. Charlie has said Arteta putting his faith in Xhaka and Nketiah is mind-numbing. Whilst players like Ainsley and Pepe get shifted, hope we get Isaac even at a large price. It will inject excitement into the club. I hear you, but at the same time, I don't want excitement. I don't want euphoria. I want, you know, what we're going to do tomorrow. Really. You know, once you get past that, you know, yeah, you've signed, but what are you going to do tomorrow? So I don't want excitement. I just want us to make the right decisions. The right decisions in life aren't necessarily exciting, but the hardest thing to do is make them. I mean, Wilshere's there. Look, Bob, Arsenal fans are, dropping knickers for Wilshere wearing number 12, being FBI. We're begging for something, man. We're begging for something. Arteta has handled Aubameyang pathetically. If finances are tight, then why are you messing with our highest paid player and exiling him? Now you can't even negotiate a decent price because of public exile. I think two things. I think inexperience on one hand, but then I also think that tells me that there's no real pressure on your job because Aubameyang is not a goal. It isn't scoring goals, but he's one of the only goal scorers, if not the only thing in that team that can say you're a goal scorer, form or not. If you're not going to sign a striker, you have to use them. I told you, lot, when things were going right, you need to be wary of just assuming this Aubameyang, this Lacazette thing is it. You need to use your squad. And in life, you need to be able to use people to get to a common goal, even if you don't necessarily like them. Do you think Ferguson, Wenger, Jose, Pep, do you think all the players that they loved him? Do you think he loved all the players? But you've got to know how to play the game. Of course, the Amazon doc probably has a say on it, but I mean, it's too dramatic. Once a player gets linked to Arsenal, it's almost as if it's dead certain it's going to happen, according to fans. Bro, it's the media as well, because Arsenal, we get taken around. We'll be linked with, I don't know, Joe Blogg, Simon Smith, my man, and Isaac. And then we'll move away from these three, and then it'll just become Isaac. And then we'll be like, oh, yeah, we know Isaac's mum. We know his advisors. We've spoken about him here. Just like it happened with Bruno Guimaraes, with Buendia, with Shambozlai, with Awa. And then it ultimately doesn't bang. We saying Robbie's gonna be busting out the 1-2 steps again. Boy, shout out to him. Probably. Oh, again, even Mr. Arsenic ain't got nothing for us, man. That's where my hope's gone, man. You're not listening. I just said you're just not listening, are you, my guy? I literally just said Aubameyang is not scoring goals. I literally said that. I'm sorry, I have to block you because I need people that can listen. But once again, I just said the man's not scoring goals. I said the problem is if you cannot fix it externally, then you have to use someone in the squad. What happens if Lacazette gets injured? You've got a player who's keeping it moving in Nketiah. You've got Aubameyang and you've got Laka. Come on now, man. Make common sense. Of course, he's not scoring, but you might have to use him if Laka gets injured or whatever. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's not making sense. In life, people need to stop listening to what they think is being said and listen to what's actually said. If you know me, my pet peeve is not disagreeing with me or whatever. It is what it is. But telling me I've said something that I didn't. I don't give a fuck about me. And respectfully, I love what he's done to the club. I'd love him to get 100 goals. I don't care about Arteta. I don't care about Aubameyang. But it's beyond, you represent, you're representing Arsenal. You're representing Arsenal Football Club. You have my support all the time. But I love my football club. It doesn't mean I'm not loyal to this. Just freeze out Aubameyang because I love Arteta, or just I want Aubameyang, so I'm just gonna hit my man over the head all the time. We need to come to a resolution. By all means, get Aubameyang out, bring someone in. Then that one's gone. But reality is, he's got an agreement with Barca. If you let him go, you've got 2 fit strikers. Barca are trying to get people going. It's not making sense. Yeah, keep blocking people who don't agree with you. Vic, you're hearing what you want to hear. Never said that, but yeah, man, clean your ears out, man. I'll block you as well. King John Moon got nothing on me. Dictatorship business. Suck your mum, man. I'm out here on a Friday. I mean on a Sunday. Don't even know. Slightly hungover as well, bro. Got in at 6, couple hours sleep, and you think I'm gonna accept it from you, Vic? You're a prick. Well, okay, man. I'm not listening, but anyways, man. Listen before you start speaking. Learn to listen and listen to learn, man. Anyways, away from that, man, you're doing something, man. So again, people need to allow me, man. They need to allow me. Obviously, as well, don't forget 230 business people. We're going over to Twitch. Big up Sanjo, man. I need to get you on my show. I need to get a couple of you in this. Just about planning. I tried to do a little poll thing. How do I make it make sense? I tried to get you. I tried to get a couple other people, and there was gonna be like 4, 5, 6 of us, but a couple man flopped the thing. Listening is, man. Listening is. I guess it's hard to listen when you've got this on and you've got someone go, oh, in the back on the screens and that. Hey, big up the Greek ones. Joe appreciative, man. Hey, can't lie, your display picture's making me jealous. Looks hot around them sides. I don't make this about politics, man. They might cancel, man. Swear you got Greenwood in your FM team. Nah, he rejected, man. I'm happy, boy. I'm happy you rejected, man. Is there a way to delete man out the game? Might have to delete man out the game. Man flopped the man them 100%. 100%. Fuck Mason Greenwood once again. Would you swap Dembele and Aubameyang? I think it's the wrong thing to do, but I would. I know injuries. I'm not gonna say a winger isn't what we need, but a winger isn't necessarily what we need on the face of it. But he's Mandem, in it. Like he's Mandem, he's wavy. I've got to be honest, in it. Like I don't like to lie to you. I would, in it. There's no. I don't think it's the right thing, but I would. I would 100%, man. We're getting Dembele. Whoa, boy, agendas. Boy, you got agendas. Dembele, do the right thing and go PSG, my guy. But if he wants the bag, that's the club to go to. Boy, Sandra, I'll pre that. Aubameyang's situation is so reminiscent of Ozil. But the thing is, Charlie, again, I with Arteta, if you listen, because for me, all I saw was Arteta backing Aubameyang from the jump, from the start of the season. Man wanted to get him out the team. The only time I saw Aubameyang, Arteta, I said it, I think Arteta was showing good man management. Like he wasn't going on with how he went with last year, in my opinion. And the only time he turned on him is when you heard this discipline stuff. Now, do I think it to me as a fan without knowing anything, it does come across as a bit harsh, but I understand it. I sympathize with both of them, but I don't really care. But the thing is, right now, man, Aubameyang's form was dead, so he was already finished. Ozil, on the best of days, man didn't want to listen to what he said. What happens when eventually, this is, what if it was Aubameyang, the historic Aubameyang that's scoring mad goals? What happens when it's, I'm not saying it's Saka, but if it's a Saka or Martinelli, a Smith Rowe, another guy, a Ramsdale, someone that, you can't just palm them out. We kind of need them. Obviously, right is right. You've got to take a hard line over everyone. If everyone's violating, they've got to keep it moving. But you get the point. Do you rate Pepe? I like Pepe, man. Good, decent little squad player. It is what it is, similar to Lacazette. I think we have to make peace with the fact that he's not going to be the talisman, but he can be used. Hope he comes back and, Pepe's normally the man for the second half of the season, innit? Normally saves Arteta's bacon. So hopefully that could be done. But Arteta's gonna have to, innit? If you don't sign anyone, and if the window shuts tomorrow, Aubameyang might be coming in or whatever. You're gonna have to reintegrate. I don't even want to say reintegrate Pepe because he's been part of the thing, innit? But you're gonna have to play Pepe or look to reintegrate Aubameyang. And even if you lot say, you know what, I don't like you anymore. You don't like man. Let's put our differences to the side. Let's do this thing to the end of the season. See where we finish, and then by all means, do your thing. If wherever you want to go, Aubameyang, we'll do our thing. It is what it is. No, it's not my piece. He's on 40 million a year. I don't know about 40 million a year for Dembele, but yeah, man. Second half of the season hype. To be fair, that's what Oli did, and you man got second. You of all people should sympathize with that, man. I'm up to you. Ozil got everything he deserved. Big up the club for how they treated that. Bit harsh. No, you're gonna have a disagreement, are you, mate, Dominic? I like you, but I like Mesut Ozil in there. I'm ready to defend him. We've got. I mean, do you know what? Wait, man, them paid off Ozil. What do you mean? What do you mean? My Ozil got paid off. Wait, don't talk nonsense about my dude. Like if that's how you treat man, wait, man got paid, bro. Man got paid, bro. If that's what you deserve, someone needs to treat me like that. Give me the bag. Shout out to my JA thugs. Come on, the Bayesians as well. You know the thing. You got the both blood running through this sexy body, this sexy complexion, all of that sort of shit. Flip over coin FC. Roy. Ozil was a bum, boy. Woke up. Cool Ozil, bum. The best people the best managers, the best players in the world respect him. He can leave with his head held high. He came here, no coincidence when he signed for us. Trophy drought ended. You could say he didn't do enough. You could say a lot of things, but you can't deny the man's greatness. You can't deny the man's greatness. You can't deny the man's greatness. We've got Ozil. Come on. Hey. Ozil was my guy. Tottenham signed Bentacore. Great for them, man. We know who we're agendering, innit? Boy, still no Arsenal things going on. pretty much the last day. I don't think we're signing anyone. Boy, there's a lot of time to go, man. I mean, if you could get Kareem Adeyemi, I'd want that, but you can't get that in it. It don't look like that's happening. Just because Isaac was spotted in London doesn't mean we are signing him. Us fans need to stop getting hyped until we see Isaac holding the shirt. It's true, but I don't blame us because all fans want is, you know that, I know that, most fans know that, but all they want is hope. Football in the best of days, it has grown men cussing each other online. It's got people moving mad. It gets you out of character, or some people in character. The emotions are there. So I understand it. What Arsenal fans right now are feeling: desperation, anguish, anxiety, all of these sort of things. So when they're offered a glimmer of hope, I can understand it. But like you said, until man are holding shirts, crazy, man. I don't think Arteta should necessarily be sacked if he doesn't get the Champions League Champions League football. By all means, I think we should have a serious debate. But yeah, I don't think that should necessarily be it. I don't think if there's not significant improvements, if they don't, then man has to go. I do think someone's got to answer if you don't get Europe. But I don't think someone should necessarily be sacked. I would hear it. I do think if we're trying to be a top 4 club, man ain't been able to do that, then I'm on it if you can bring someone in. But why not, man? I've seen a tweet from Sociedad confirming it, boy. It's too quiet. I think something is coming. I hope so. It's hard not to think something's happening, but bro, man's not trying to be a detective, man. I'm trying to just be a football fan. So man need to sign for this club. We've been taking round the houses enough times, man. I'm not on it now. Like I'm not on it. You lot do that and then let me know how it gets on, man. As for me, boy. Crazy one, man. I mean, Newcastle have agreed a 13 million fee for Dan Burn. I wish that was 13 million for Eddie. You know what? At this point, give me a cheesy beef patty for Eddie and Ketty. I would call it quits, really and truly. Like, it's one of them ones. I can't lie. Appreciate you, Alan. Listen, we didn't put a bid down, so it's dead. Man said DG to Music FC. Here we go. Paperwork's agreed. And DG joins on a 3-year deal. How do you rate this signing? You man are mad. DG man is coming. Let's get the tactics and development ready. Give him. I mean, you man, shout me in it. When I see that, let me know in it. If we completely fall out the top 4 race, he needs to be sacked. No Europe and out of every cup in January. If we're not pushing for top 4, he has to go. I hear that. Gunners in 2021. True. Top 6 is progress. Again, and then they said sack him if he doesn't get top 4. I think variables change, but that's true. As I said, I think it's a mixed bag. There's a lot to like about what Arteta is doing. There's a lot of shaky things, and for me, it's deeper than Arteta. I'm looking at Edu. I go on for that. For me, when you see situations like this and whatnot, assuming nothing happens, I look at the ownership of the club. Because we're always going to be here. Respectfully, there's been Mislintat, Raul Sanye, Emre, Wenger, Glazides. Bear man has been here. Bear man are gonna be here, and the same man are gonna be at the top owning the club. And the consistency has been Arsenal not doing serious business. Unless I wouldn't say fluke, but unless we have a Leicester sort of season, I can't see. I do think there's ambition with individuals at the club, Arteta and the players, but I can't see us winning something as being a direct consequences of us actively pursuing that, whether that would be the league dreaming, Champions League dreaming. I think we just have to do a thing. It'd have to be the Leicester thing, or we just have to do it. I don't think there's that. I don't think there's enough expectations, and I just feel at Arsenal, you can do enough to not really succeed, but you can do enough. As long as you ain't done enough for the pitchforks, then nothing's really going to happen. I do like Osimhen, but yeah, man. Myth. I don't think speaking for myself, I don't think we've asked for a contender to be overnight. I don't think anyone's going to. I do think there's no balance when speaking about Arteta. I feel there's a lot of Arteta apologists who cut a lot of fucking stupid excuses, really, just because he's their manager, really, to the point where I genuinely think when we win, it's all Arteta. When we lose, can't get any blame. I do think there's them, again, fucking dickheads who, there's just unnecessary, everything is his fault. They can do no right. There's no balance when discussing Arsenal, man. There's no, because people already got their agendas. Some man onto Arteta, some man onto Edu, some man onto the players, rather than, all right, you're moving shaky in this department, that one's shaky there, that one's there. You need to look at, it's not white and black. It's not. I'll say Tutu's decent, but I think his chance to bust here has been a myth, man. Osimhen's a great player, but again, he ain't got no release clause. You're gonna have to deal with Napoli, and Napoli are very difficult, notoriously, to do business with. We always steal their targets, They're not gonna want to let Osimhen go because they're trying to do their thing in the season. So you're gonna have to overpay. Notoriously, their president is a very tough person to do business with. Man's held Koulibaly there for as long as you can remember, really. So there's a lot of things. There is that one in theory. If you overpay, it's easier because he's got a release clause. It's down to he'd have to say no, or there'd have to be personal terms. And we go for another rebuild. Got no choice, man. If we all say Arteta out, we are Arsenal win. So who's going to come in when he goes? I mean, just figure it out. Respectfully, it's not like Arsenal. It's not like Arteta's a prime Arsene Wenger and things. You find it, figure it out. There's plenty of managers out there. There's not a million managers I can sit there and say you take it, but figure it out. Same way you have to figure it. We can't really say there's a lot of strikers out there. Figure it out. That's why you man are in this privileged position. Figure it out. Figure it out, blood. You can't, man just can't come to the club and then start using them excuses. You took it. If I become a fireman and I'm saving little pussy old fires and stopping little dickhead fires, and then there's a mad one going on and I'm moving shook, man, I have to go in there. This is what I signed up for. Make it work. Spanners are thrown in and whatnot, man. It's crazy, man. What players would you have signed, DG? I don't know, man. Truthfully, I don't know. It's easy for me to sit here and say I would have done this, that, and the other. I would have made a push to bring in Karim Adeyemi. Defo would have tried for a midfielder, whether it's Arthur Melo, Kakare, Hosamawa, Kone over there at Gladbach, seeing what could be done for the Douglas Luiz Basuma. I'd say I defo would have got an 8 in if I could, and potentially a 6 as well. I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to get a striker in. Not that, yeah. Any Real Sociedad accounts tweeting things, please, you lot have to make sure you're checking the ads. It's silly season, man. It's silly season, man. Diaz is a good player for Liverpool, and it's tying in with what they're doing, man. For extended thoughts, I've spoken about that. Isaac or Osimhen, who would you pick? Ooh, because you know what? Isaac is more my sort of striker with the pretty boy stuff, but Osimhen's a gunman in front of goal. And I like how he plays still. Both, I'm cool with either. I've got to sit on the fence, bro. Because I like the Osimhen. It doesn't make sense, but appreciate that, Chris. When you like the way a man takes his chances, when a striker takes it, I like the way he takes his chance. It sounds dumb, but Osimhen takes his chances like a forward. I like him a lot. Do I think Osimhen probably right now probably outscore him if they jumped in the Prem. So I'll say Osimhen, but I want to say Isaac now it's a both thing. I'll say Karim Adeyemi. And yeah, he's got the edge thing. I don't know. They're just something. When I think of Osimhen, he makes some fucking good runs. Pardon my language. Like bring that. Bring anyone, man. Bring something, man. But yeah, man. There's Eddie and Nketiah at home. There's no McDonald's money. There's Eddie and Nketiah at home, man. Some burnt rice and that. Dead. Boy. Yeah, I don't know about Kelechi and that show. I can't cap. I'm not really feeling that one, but he'd have my support. I mean, you could bring Tammy. I mean, the club tried for Tammy. I mean, what could that looks like a summer thing though. Like you're gonna, you might be able to say, Tammy, you done with the Italian adventure. I heard you, man, want Xhaka. Let's do a thing. But boy, I can't I don't know, man. Maybe Tammy might be getting some words of advice from a certain Ainsley Maitland-Niles as they take pools on the Star Dog or the Flavors. I swear it's just hash out.